can watch the recording. Okay, great. So I'm going to share a clip right now for you to meet me, to know who I am, my mileage, and what I do as a person, Adeleke S. Additional. Some of you have met me before now, but for those who are meeting for the first time, yes, you want to listen to this clip. So I'll just share straight away. Please listen, and then and get to meet me. Listen and get to meet me. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know in the chat box if you can see my screen, please. Can you see my screen? Just put in yes in the chat box if you can. Then I'll play the audio. Okay, great. So
Adeleke S. Additional. Adeleke is a life and business systems innovator.
Okay, can you hear the audio too? Is it audible? Let me get feedback if you could hear the audio before I continue playing. Can you hear the audio? Let me just know if you can hear the audio too.
Education.
Okay, great. It's audible. Fine, fantastic. So I'll just start again. I'll start again.
Adeleke S. Additional. Adeleke is a life and business systems innovator, education and management consultant, author, lecturer, life coach, and international global speaker. Adeleke specializes in helping businesses build systems and develop their human resource for optimal performance. He's an expert in business systems and organizational design, human resource development, management system design, sales and marketing strategy, brand positioning, customer experience, customer growth system, operations manual design, life systems coaching, and systems innovation. Is a certified systems innovator from the Systems Academy in the United Kingdom, an expert in the Finnish educational system, trained at the Finland School of Education, Oulu, Finland, a certified Microsoft Innovator Educator MIE, and a global training partner with Microsoft. Adeleke is also a Google Applied Digital Skills Ambassador, a certified management consultant from the School of Consulting in the United Kingdom, and a certified life coach from the School of Ecology, Scotland. He is the CEO of the Rock Empire Group, a company poised with the vision of empowering lives for success through educational institutions, including the Rock Empire Group of Schools, the Rock Empire Academies, and the Trex Publishing Company. Adeleke is also a premium seller instructor on LearnDesk and Thinkific, two online marketplaces based in the United States and Canada, respectively. He is the author of two classic books, The School Performance Blueprint and The World Class Teacher, with readership in Africa, Europe, and Australia. He is the CEO and principal consultant at Trex Consulting, a consulting firm that specializes in human resource development and building systems in organizations for optimum growth and effortless productivity. Adeleke also doubles as the CEO of Adeleke Additional Company, a system solutions company that helps entrepreneurs and career professionals simplify their lives so they can live better and achieve more. Adeleke sits on the advisory boards of multinationals within and outside Nigeria. In the last 14 years, he has trained 10,000 plus students and professionals to achieve more and live better. Through his training and coaching programs, he has helped over 500 entrepreneurs from Scotland, the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Germany, Ghana, Kenya, Togo, Benin Republic, and Nigeria systematize their business processes and operations for optimum performance, ranging from different niches including education, healthcare, information technology, telecommunications, agriculture, event planning and hospitality, real estate, logistics, coaching and consultancy. He is the convener of the Educators Professional Masterclass, the Peak Performance Webinar, the School Business Empire course, Built to Thrive, the Executive Business Systems Bootcamp, and the World Class Teacher Bootcamp. He is a lover of God who strongly believes that life is a gift to serve God and humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, please can we make welcome Adeleke Additional.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. That was great. That was great. That was great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me. Yes. So we are good to go right now. Um, so as Brad introduced, for those who are just joining in, I am Adeleke as additional. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'll be sharing my screen straight away, and so we can dive right in. You can dive right in. You can dive right in straight away. So, yes, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? How to build your dream business that can thrive without you. Revealing the systems you need to 10x your revenue in 2023. So let me ask you this question. I know you're on this call already, right? But let me just ask you again. How many of you want to 10x your revenue in 2023? Let me see your response in the chat box. Just type in me, a big me in the chat box. Let me know that you really mean business in the chat box. Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know in the chat box. Let me know in the chat box if you really, really want to 10x your revenue. I know you're on this call. Yes, I know. Yeah, just type in a big me. Yes, I know. But let me just get that vibe from you, just to be sure that you didn't miss road. You are here. Great, great, awesome, 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 awesome. Yes, I can see. So that means you are intentional being here. Great, 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 great. So yes, that is the focus of this webinar, to show you how you can 10x your revenue in the coming year. And I'll be sharing practical examples, practical strategies that I've used in the past 14 years to 10x revenues to build 5 companies, and I'm still building many more. For those who have been in my inner circle, they understand that I share what I share what I've lived. I share what I've lived, the practical examples, and there are also clients on this call who can testify to that. Okay, so yes, that is the theme. Bring it up again. I'll be revealing to you the 7 strategies you need to 10x your revenue in the coming year. So, and these strategies, they are hands-on, they are practical. I've tested them with myself, I've tested them with clients. And if you are able to, go through the same, apply the same principles, you can also 10x your revenue, and build a dream business that can thrive without you in the coming year. But I have some things for you, for those on this call. By the end of this summit tomorrow, I have a free special gift for you. For those who are able to join in today and tomorrow, and who will still stay to the end of tomorrow's session, I've designed and created a free guide for you, on the 12 steps to creating systems in your business. So this free guide will help you to build systems, because like we said, the focus of this webinar series is to help you build your dream business that can thrive without you. And to do that, you need to put systems in place. But you both know that, you and I both know that if your systems is not sustainable, if you are not generating revenue in your business, if there is no sustainable profit, if you are not making profit that is affecting your bottom line, if your revenue is not scalable, your business needs profit to run without you. So at the core of building your dream business is your revenue model. So this this free guide is a guide that you need to have. So if you don't want to miss this free guide, wait to the end of today's summit and then tomorrow's summit, day 2, because by the end of the summit, I will give you the link to download this free guide. And then there is a very big announcement. Yes, the big announcement is that I am launching my personal brand website. Woo! Yes, adelikeadditional.com. So I'll be sharing that towards the unveiling, towards the end of this summit today. How many of you like what you are seeing on the screen? You like what you are seeing on the screen? Let me just know. Just put in I like it. 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 Let me see if you like what you're seeing. Oh, congratulations. Thank you. You can congratulate me and let me also know if you like it too. Yes. So I'll be unveiling this today for you to see, for those who have been asking how you can engage me more. So my personal brand website is up and running already, and I'll be doing the unveiling in the course of this summit today. I can't wait to share that with you, and I cannot wait for you also, to go check it out. Yes, I love it. Thank you, Eniola. Thank you, George. Thank you, Lufunke Obaba. Thank you, Femi. Thank you. So I can't wait to share this amazing baby of mine with you today. and I know that by the time you check it out, you will like it more. So yeah, so let's dive in today. So I have two major outlines to cover in the course of this 2-day summit. And the first is to introduce you to the 10X revenue model. And then the second is I'll be showing you the 7 strategies, the 7 strategies to 10X your revenue. Please, pardon that, please. The 7 strategies to 10X your revenue. Let me just put that straight away. I'll just put it this way, the 10X revenue strategy. So I'll be sharing with you the 10X revenue strategies. There are 7 of them that I'll be sharing with you. The 7 strategies that you can engage, that you can apply to 10X revenue in the coming year. And you don't want to miss that. Okay, so a brief recap on systems basics. Now, for those who are joining for the first time, maybe today is your first time of joining our webinar series, maybe hearing the word systems for the first time. For those who have been with us for the past, years, they understand what systems, are all about. And because you'll be hearing systems, I've said I'm a live business systems, innovator. So what does system mean? I'll just do a brief recap. A system is a set of interconnected elements that are working together to achieve a goal. Oh, first timer, Femi Gardon, first timer. Okay, do you have? Let me know this first. Who are the first timers in the house? This is your first time of joining any of our webinar series. Let's welcome you first. Let's welcome you. If you're a first timer, just type in first timer in the chat box. Today is your first time of being on our program, on our webinar series of experiencing the Adeleke additional brand. Let me just name the chat box. Dr. Ibrahim Osheni, thank you, my dear friend. Oh, first time, wow. We have a lot of first timer in here. Olufunke Obaba, Femi, Dr. Ife Mapidon, George. Wow. You're welcome. You are here now, so you're no longer a first timer. So yes, a system is a set of interconnected elements that are working together to achieve a goal. Okay, Uncle G is the first time you serve us food. Don't worry, we'll give you food. And just wait, take away plenty save. You take away too. So for example, let's look at the universe itself. The universe is a system because everything is interconnected and they're all working together to keep the universe alive. God is a systems thinker. Look at what the Holy Book tells us, that in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. For 6 days, God built systems. He built systems. The day and night is a system. The plant system, the animal system, the rotation system, the planet, revolves around the sun to give us, to give us 24 hours, to give us day and night, and to give us the years. All of these are systems. Your human body is a system. You have different systems in your human body that are working together. The system is there, circulation system is there, nervous system, all of these systems are working together to keep you alive, And with this mindset also, you need to know that your business is a system of interconnected processes, tools, policies, people that are working together to deliver value to your customers. And for your business to run effortlessly, your systems must work seamlessly. I'll repeat that again. For your business to run effortlessly, your systems must work seamlessly. So systems can be seen as a structure, like I've just said, as an entity, a human body with other subsystems working together. You can also see systems as a way of doing things, as a process. And in that way, you can define systems, as a set of, step-by-step documented. You have the process, that the way you do things in your business, how you do things in your business, how you take sales and order, how you recruit, how you support customers, how you do your sales, how you do your marketing, all of these are different systems. Now, documenting this system, documenting these processes, into a step-by-step approach, such that anybody can pick that process and operate them. That is also a system. That is also a system. So, like for example, now let's say you have a particular role you have your front desk officer, who takes orders, who welcomes customers. There is a system for how she welcomes customers. There's a system for how she receives order on the phone. For example, maybe the phone rings 3 times, and after the phone rings 3 times, she says, "Oh, hello, welcome to Delight Shows. I am Grace. How may I help you?" All of these are systems. How you receive order, how you deliver the order. These are systems. You have a school, how you recruit, staff into your schools, how you admit students. All of these are systems, in place. So for your business to run effortlessly, these systems must be in place. And what I've discovered is that most entrepreneurs build their businesses around themselves. So their business depends on them. When they are not around, nothing seems to work. So if you build a business and everything about your business depends on you, they don't have a business, you own a job, because your business should run effortlessly without you. So there are 7 essential business systems. There are 7 systems you need to have for your business to run without you. We have dealt with this in the last webinar. So maybe for those who were not in the last webinar series, I will share the replay on the group. I will share the link to the replay on my website on the group, so you can go and then watch all of this webinar series. It's like 4 hours, webinar series that we add in, so you can go through them and check and listen to these videos to see all of these systems. The nuclear system, which is your core ideology, talking about your business purpose, your business mission, your core value strategy. Your management system talks about how you manage the 7 P's in your business. How you manage your people, how you manage your processes, your performance, your policies, your problems, your paper. That's your management system. You need a positioning system. A positioning system is the system that positions your brand, as number 1 in the mind of your customers. Under that, you have your brand positioning system. You have your culture positioning system, culture of your organization, how people act the way they do in your business. And then you have the positioning strategy. And then you have your growth system. Your growth system is your customer growth system, the system that measures how your business is growing in terms of your customer base. We all know that without the customers, you don't have a business. The customer is at the center of your business universe. So you need a system that ensures that you are getting new customers, that ensures that you are allowing existing customers to buy more from you, and it ensures that your existing customers are recommending your business to other people. So that is your growth system. Your marketing and sales system are embedded in your growth system. For your business to grow, you need to build your customers. And then we have your operational system. That is putting all the operational, processes that keep your business running in place. All of this must be in your business also. And then your financial and legal system. As your business begins to grow, you need to have a financial framework and a legal system that ensures that everything in your business has a legal backup. Especially as you begin to look at your corporate governance. As your business begins to grow, you begin to look at it from 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 50 years from now. What I'm not around, what happens to my business? And that's where you begin to bring in your corporate governance into place, setting up your board of directors, and then having a framework that ensures that when you're no longer around, there is a board that governs your business. And that board also looks at your next system, which is your what? Succession planning system. How you plan for your succession. It is pathetic that when business owners die, their business ideas die with them. Because some business owners don't have that, they don't begin with the end in mind. They don't ask themselves what happened when I'm no longer around. But some of these great guys that we celebrate today, is it Jeff Bezos? Is it Microsoft, Bill Gates? Is it Jack Ma? Jack Ma retired in 2016 from Alibaba. He stepped out. He retired from his business. Jeff Bezos stepped down last year as the CEO. The same thing with Bill Gates. All of these guys began with the end in mind. So you need to have a succession planning system that allows that your business runs effortlessly when you are no longer around. So these are the 7 systems that your business needs to thrive. Like I've said, to get more on this, you watch the replay. I will share the replay in the group for you to watch. So we are looking at one of these systems today, and that is the growth system, the customer growth system. Because to 10x your revenue, You cannot do that without customers. So 10x your revenue means that you have 10x your customer, or you have 10x the value, the returns that you get from your existing customers. So your business cannot grow without the customers. That is why today we are looking at your customer growth system as a core system for you to build your dream business that can thrive without you. Without customers, your business dies. Without customers, you cannot make money. Without money, you cannot make profits. And without profit, the business dies. The business dies. So how do you ensure that you have a system in place that keeps generating customers for you and that ensures that you are getting more from those customers? That is why we are here. So I wrote here, you need a scalable revenue model for your dream business to thrive without you. A scalable revenue model is a revenue model that generates high return on investment at low cost. I'll repeat that again. A scalable revenue model generates high return on investment such that the margin between your cost, and your revenue, the margin between the cost of delivering your value and the value you are capturing is so large. And you're able to do that on a different level sustainably over the years. Apple is the most expensive brand in the world, the brand with the highest equity. What about $355.1 billion? There's no way Apple would have achieved that without a scalable revenue model. There is no way Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, Meta could have achieved what the masters they're achieving today without a scalable revenue model. There's no way Amazon, would be doing what it's doing today without having a scalable revenue model. A revenue model that reduces costs and increases the return on investment. So you need that revenue model for your business to thrive without you. Now, to build to thrive means to build a business that can thrive without you. And that is what this product is all about. Build to thrive, how you can build your dream business that can thrive without you. You need three elements. You need your processes, that is your systems. You need people to run your systems, because no matter how good your systems are, without people, you cannot run the system, because systems cannot run themselves, except for digital systems. So your business system, you need people to run it. No matter how good it is, you need people to run that system for you. And then you need profit. So these three pieces are important for you to build your dream business that can thrive without you. You need your processes to be up and running. You need people to run these processes. And then when they are able to run these systems optimally, effortlessly, then you can now make profit. So profit is a product of working processes that are working effortlessly. Processes that are being run by people. And when I mean people right now, you have the right people in the right seats. You need the right people in the right positions in your business, to run your processes. And once these right people in right positions can run your processes the way they should, it will generate profit. So you need processes, you need people, and you need profit to build your dream business. In the last webinar series, we have talked about processes. Today, we're looking at profit. In the next webinar series next year, we'll look at people. So let's get down to this now. So for those who are joining for the first time, like I shared, I will share the replay on the group. Please go and watch those videos towards tomorrow's session. They are value-packed videos that you need to watch so that you can have an understanding of what business systems are all about. So I want to share my 10x revenue model story with you. And it's a story that, that inspired me to put this webinar series together, and that was during COVID in 2020. We all know that COVID hits the whole world. Many businesses were affected. Many lives were affected. But you also want to know that the COVID period was a period where some people, made massive return like never before. Like, for example, Zoom had 11,000% return on their investment. 11,000% business growth, not 10%, not 20%, 11,000% business growth during the pandemic. So some of us also, during the pandemic, were able to launch some products. We're able to adopt this model, to create, businesses that can thrive and have a high return on investment. Now, COVID-19 did not happen to us. It happened for us. Yes, some of us would have said, oh, COVID, yes, we are affected and all of that. But COVID perfected so many things. For those who are able to adapt, in every adversity, there is an opportunity. Some never, there are some things that some of us did during COVID that we never thought we could have done. Like, for example, in 2020 was when we as a company adapted our business model and we went 100% online. You all can bear witness, during COVID, most of us were not, we're not able to go out. So the only platform we had was the online platform. And some of us had to innovate by force, by fire during COVID. We had to innovate to survive. So COVID did not happen to us, it happened for us because COVID has come to show us a new paradigm to doing business. So during COVID, I was able to launch a course during COVID called the Business Empire course during COVID for school owners. And then I was also able to author 2 books within that period, of COVID. And all of these were made possible because of the things that I'm about to share with you today. There were things I learned during that session, during that period, even of launching this course. When I launched this course, then we sold the first ticket then during COVID for 5,000 naira, because we wanted people to be able to afford it, And after the first cohort, I think we had about 10 participants at the first cohort. The second cohort, I raised it to about 10,000 naira, and we got 5. That is still about 1,000 naira. Then the third cohort, we got only 1 participant during COVID. So I was asking myself that what is happening here? We launched 2020 up to 2021. I was asking myself that what is happening here? There is something that I'm not getting right. For me not to be able to sell this product the way I should have sold it. There are some of us that have amazing products, but no matter how great your product is, if you don't know how to sell it, if you don't know how to create a sales system around that product cannot thrive. So what did I do? I had to go back to the drawing board and research to find out how can I, create products that will sell itself and 10x my revenue. So I took this product, I repackaged it again, and that's the things I'll be sharing with you. I repackaged the same product again, market the same product to a new different niche. I 10x the price. That means from 10,000 naira, I 10x it to 100,000 naira. From 10,000 naira to 100,000, that is 10 times 10, 100,000 naira. That is 10x. That's what brought about the idea of this summit, 10x. And I resold the same product in 2022. And guess what? We sold out. The last cohort, which was in May, we had just 12, and it's just for 12 executives. We sold out all the 12 seats, and we had people begging to join after we had sold out the 12 seats. Imagine, from 10,000 naira to 100,000 naira, the same product for a different niche, and then we were able to sell out and made over 1 million naira from the same product. So what did I learn? What did I do differently that allowed us to be able to sell out this product? And now this cost alone now itself is now 50,000 naira on my Lendesk. It's 50,000 naira on my Lendesk. You can check it out on Lendesk. So what did I do differently? That I was able to 10x the price of the product and 10x the revenue. So what did I do differently? And that model, I've applied it to other products. And I've also helped my clients apply the same model. Some of them will be sharing their feedback testimonial during this session. So what did I do differently? That is what I want to show you at this summit today. So if you are ready to hear what I did differently, type in ready. Let me know if you are ready. If you are ready, let me know if you are ready in the chat, but just type in ready, 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 ready. If you are ready to know what I did differently, what I learned differently, let me see ready in the chat box, or else I will not share. If I don't see ready in the chat box, I will not share. Let me see ready. Let me see. Ready? You want to learn what I did? Okay. I can see. Yes, you are all ready to know what I did differently. Okay, so what did I do differently? Okay. So let's move on. So I want to show you the 10x revenue model. So what I discovered during that period was what I call the 10x revenue model. That was what I was able to find out during that period, the 10x revenue model. So how does this model work? What model allows you to 10x the price of your products, and then set the products out and have people still begging to join in even after you are sold out? Okay. Yes. So what makes a 10x revenue model scalable? I've showed you what I discovered is what I call the 10x revenue model. So what makes this model unique? What makes it scalable? Now, this model is scalable because your 10x revenue model ensures that the value you are creating, now don't miss me here, is greater than the value you are capturing. And the captured value is greater than the cost of delivering that value. I'll repeat that again. The value, the perceived value that your business creates, the perceived value of your product. Now, the reason why some of us cannot even charge high for our products or for our services is because the perceived value of that product or service is less than the captured value. For example, the customer perceives the value of the product as, let's say, 100,000 naira. That's the perception. And you want to charge 200,000 naira for that product. The customer will not pay because the customer cannot see the offers that you have in that product that will make him or her pay 200,000 naira for that product. So how do you increase the perceived value of your product? So how can you better solve the problem, the problem for your customers? So if you're looking at increasing your perceived value, you ask yourself, what can I do, to solve these problems better, cheaper, faster, and easier for my customers? Those 4 elements. What can I do to solve the same problem? Better, cheaper, faster, and easier for my customers. For example, the Uber model ensures that people can move from place to place. Mobility comes with convenience, and they do that cheaper. Uber and Bolt does that cheaper than the yellow cabs that we used to patronize. Better, faster, and easier. It's easier for you to order a ride from your mobile app, and get a ride come to your doorstep before you go to you go out to get your ride. But now the ride comes to pick you up at home. So rather than you going to get your solution, the solution comes to you at home. Now, because the perceived value of that offer was high, we perceive it as high. Yes, I can go in an AC type car, and move from wherever I want to go. Uber can capture value. It can capitalize on that offer. Capitalize on that offer. So what I did with that product was that I increased the perceived value of the product. I increased the what? The perceived value of the product. So before it was a mini course. So now I made it a 90 days boot camp. A 90 days what? A 90 days boot camp. I developed 14 modules. These are offers now. 14 modules. I brought in other consultants apart from me. So by the time I show you the sales page tomorrow, the perceived value of that product is about $24,000. That's the perceived value. Because the product comes with the training sessions. After the training sessions, you have one-on-one session with our consultants. And for me personally, I charge $100 per hour for my session, for my one-on-one session. But now, we are not putting all of this offer together, and we are selling it for $200. So somebody sees, oh, the perceived value with all of these offers, one-on-one session, we will training sessions, resources, all of these offers, and it sees $24,000. But instead of paying $24,000, you are paying $200. The customer will feel like, wow, this is too much. This $200 is an offer I cannot afford to miss. So the customer rushes to buy. As I speak right now, we are launching the next quote tomorrow. People are already paying. I still received a lot today for the next quote of the boot camp. Before we even open registration, people are already paying for it because of the what? The passive value. Passive value. So for your product to sell out, for you to 10x your revenue, you must raise the passive value, because to the customer, perception is reality. Whatever the customer perceives is reality. Is reality. And the captured value is much more than the cost of delivery. This one is important. How do you capture value? You capture value in monetary terms. You capture value in capital, in money. So for your revenue model to be sustainable, you must capture more value than it takes for you to deliver that value. And I'm going to expand on this more later on. You must think of how you can reduce the cost of delivery. And that is where tech adoption comes in. The bootcamp is strictly online. So what do I need? Just data. Data. We do some ads to acquire customers, and they will pay our consultant. That cost is far, far cheaper, far, far lower than the value that we have captured in terms of money. If I were to use that, if I were to do a physical bootcamp for 90 days, I will rent event hall. Maybe we are meeting once in a week. We'll pay whenever they come around. We'll have food for them. Like one of the first time I was asking for food. You understand? You set up the systems, the sound system, projector, of those things. But with this, we don't have to do all of that. We don't have to do all of that. Just logging on Zoom, getting a Zoom account, getting a subscription, and then we deliver at low cost and a high profit margin. That is how to create a 10x revenue model. Let's dive in more. So the 10x revenue model is about innovating value at low costs. It's about what? Innovating value. Serving your customers value back to back at low costs. So when you have high value at low cost, you're able to capture more value in terms of revenue. And that will affect your bottom line, massively. That is very, very important. So how do we achieve this? So the 10x revenue model is driven by digital innovations and automated systems. Let me say this. If you are thinking about 10x your revenue model, 10x your revenue this century, you need to adopt digital innovations. You need to embrace technology. I know there are some people who are still saying, no, tech is not for me. Nobody brought this thing from heaven. Some of the things that I'm able to learn and I do today, I learned and I'm still learning. Look at all of the models we celebrate today. Look at some of the most expensive brands in the world. Is there any of this brand? Is it Apple? Is it Facebook? Is it Amazon? Is it Netflix? Is there any of this brand that we enjoy today that are not adopting technology to scale their business? Is there any? Let me ask in the chat box. Can somebody give me response? Is there any of this brand today that is scaling without integrated technology? Is there any brand? Let me see in the chat box. Any of the big brands that we see. Is there any brand in the world today that we know that has a high brand equity that is doing so without tech adoption? Let me see in the chat box. Is there any? If there is none, just type in no. If there is none, type in no. And if there is, type in yes and let me know that brand. None. So if these guys are doing this and they're scaling their business revenue, how much more you? How much more your business? So the time has changed. We cannot begin to do business the way you should do it. We see people today who are still printing flyer. They're still printing flyer, physical flyer, still distributing flyer on the street for their business in this century. I can't remember the last time I printed flyer, and bill that by the time you give people, they just drop it on the floor. The time has changed. And for you to thrive in this century, you must change with the time too. Let's move very fast now. So how well can you use digital innovations to create value? What will determine whether you do to 10x your revenue model is how well can you use digital innovations, technology, to create value. So tech adoption can be used in creating value. The product that I said right now is I use tech to create the value, the boot camp. Everything we did was through technology. The slides that were prepared, the content, I used systems, I used internet. I went online, downloaded materials, took courses. I used systems. I used digital innovations to create value. I used digital innovations to deliver the value. It was online on Zoom, not a physical meeting. There are several of my clients that I've never met face-to-face. I delivered the value online using tech innovations. I captured value also online using gateway processors, the gateway channels. I use Flutterwave, I use Seller, I use Paystack to still capture value. So if you are thinking about 10x your revenue model in this century, you must think about digital innovations. You must think about how you can begin to adopt technology in your business model. So now I have a model here that shows the tech adoption life cycle, how people, the ease which people adopt technology. And you let me know where you are. You let me know where you are in this adoption life cycle. There are the first category, there are 5 categories here. We have the innovators, the early adopters, the early majority, the late majority, and the laggards. So the innovators are the tech enthusiasts. When a new technology comes out, a new innovation, let's say a new iPhone, a new, invention, the innovators are the people who easily adopt that technology. In fact, before it is out, some of them are already, making their orders. I know before iPhone 14 came out, there are some young guys who have already started placing order for it. These are innovators. Then we have the early adopters. The early adopters are visionaries. They are not enthusiasts, but they're people who are open to learning. They see the power of what that technology can do, and after a while, they begin to adopt it. They begin to use it. They begin to engage it. There are some people who did not adopt Zoom until after a while, after they have seen that, oh, will this thing really work? You understand? Then we have the early majority. The early majority are pragmatists. They are pragmatists. They want to be sure that this thing is practicable. They want to be sure that if they invest their money in buying this technology, if I invest my money in getting Zoom, and coming online, hope network will not shut me out. Hope this app will work the way it's supposed to be. These are the early majority, and the late majority are conservationists. They will wait also, and they get to use the system once they have seen that now everybody has accepted it. Not even everybody, the majority of people have accepted this technology, they have adopted it. Some of our parents, they will see, okay, is it working now? Can I use Android phone now? Okay, I can use it now to make calls, or I can use WhatsApp now, because they have seen that, there is need for them also to use it. Your son says, Mommy, can I do video call with you from Canada? I don't have WhatsApp. Mommy, you have to get WhatsApp. Well, is it working? Then they download it. They are the late majority. And then you have the laggards. The laggards are people who are at the back end. These are people that they will not even embrace technology until they have no choice than to use it. Until they have no choice but to use it. These are the laggards. So let me ask you, where are you in this adoption level? Are you an innovator, early adopter, early majority, late majority, or laggard? Let me know in the chat box where you belong. Just type in your adoption level. Whether you are an innovator, type innovator, early adopters, type in early adopters, early majority. Let me know where you belong very fast. Can I know where you belong? 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 Where do you belong? I'm waiting for you. Where do you belong? Early adopter, early majority, late majority, laggards. Late majority. Okay, that's Jerokin Ibuse, late majority. Who else again? Let's have 1 or 2 more so we can move very fast now. Late majority, where do you belong? Are you an innovator, early adopter, early majority, late majority? Okay, early majority, Dr. Mfumba, fantastic. Keep putting in your responses. Now, for you to scale your business, you need to begin to look at early adoption. Early adoption, taking the first mover advantage to use technology to scaling your business. Thank you for the feedback. So Now, to 10x your revenue in 2023, start with setting your financial goals. What are your financial goals for the coming year? That is where it starts from. Look at your goal for this year. Let's say in this year, your revenue by 2022 was $10 million. And you say in 2023, I want to 10x this $10 million to make it $100 million. You need to first set that goal. That's where it starts from. I told myself, okay, we want to set this boot camp to 12 executives only. I need 12 executives to give me 100,000 naira for 1.2 million. That was my goal. And I asked myself, how can I achieve this goal? I set the goal. That is where it starts from. You need to have a goal in mind. A goal gives you a picture of where you are going. And if you don't know where you are going, how will you know where you have gotten there? So you need to set your financial goal. What is your revenue goal for 2023? You need to start setting it now. Start checking your records now, see what you have this year, and then begin to set your goal and make a forecast for the coming year. So once you have set your goal, that okay, in the coming year, okay, this year my revenue for the business was $10,000 or $10 million. Next year, want to 10x $100 million. How can I move from $10 million to $100 million? Now, one thing with goals is that even if you don't achieve the $100 million, you would have moved from where you used to be. You would not remain where you used to be. So goals are powerful for 10xing your revenue model. You need to have a goal in mind. What is my ideal goal for the coming year? What is my revenue goal for the coming year? That is where it starts from. So I want to start with the 7 strategies now. I have 7 strategies here that I want to share with you that will help you 10x your revenue in the coming year. So the first strategy I add here is to know your customers. Now, for you to begin to 10x your revenue, you need to know your customers. Who are you serving? So when I was creating the product, I asked myself, who are the customers that I want to serve? Oh, I want to serve small and medium business enterprises. Oh, business owners and entrepreneurs. What are the pain points of these people? What are their struggles? What are their challenges? I was able to get data and found out what the pain points, what problems these people are going through. Over my 14 years of experience in the education space, before moving to education and corporate space, I saw that the major challenge that most business owners have is that their businesses depend on them. When they are not around, everything, things don't run the way it's supposed to be. It's that they are frustrated that their clients, their people are not doing the right things, or complaints from customers due to poor service, or everything is just in disarray. And I asked myself, how can I help these customers solve their problems? So many of us are creating products that customers don't want. Many of us create products from our own knowledge alone. Just assume, oh, people should need recharge card in this area now. You start selling recharge card without first finding out who your customers are. What are their pain points? What needs are they trying to solve? So when I found out who my customers were, I found out their pain points. These guys, they struggle with unit systems in their businesses. These guys, their business cannot run when they're not around. This is their pain point. I have to have conversations with some of them to take data, and they say, when I'm not around, nothing seems to work. My people are always doing things, they are not trustworthy. Profit declines whenever I travel, So for you to start creating products that will 10x your revenue, you need to first know your customers. I've said this earlier on, the customer is at the business, as the center of your business universe. Everything about your business revolves around the customers, revolves around the knowledge you have about your customers. You need to know that. And the 3 ways to 10x your revenue in the coming year, I will go into the data that you need to get to know your customers. But you cannot 10x your revenue in the coming year without the customers, without growing your customers. I've said that earlier on. The customer is at the center of your business universe. And you need to know your customers, their demographics, their psychographics. I'm coming to that very soon. So for you to 10x your revenue, it means that you are growing your customer base in the coming year. And for you to grow your customer base in the coming year, there are 3 ways to do that. It's either you get new customers by getting new customers through your lead generation, your lead conversion and client fulfillment, or you get your existing customers to spend more. That means you upsell and cross-sell to those who are currently with you right now. You make them buy more from you. Or you get these existing customers to spend more often. That means you get them to buy more often from you. That means the frequency with which they buy from you. Like for example, when I launched this boot camp, there were already existing customers that I have, with me, that I had to I have sold this product to them, and they bought. So we're thinking about the next revenue the coming year. You need to look at these 3 things. Order know your customers. You need to know how to get new customers, how to get existing customers to spend more with you by either upselling to them or cross-selling, and how to get existing customers to spend more often. That means the frequency with which they buy from you, and not only buy from you, they refer your business. Referrals is one major element. So the first step in the 10x revenue model is to know your ideal customer, the ideal customer for your business. Everybody cannot be your customer. If they ask you, who are your customers? Everybody, no, except if you are serving a mass market. But for you to scale your business, you need to have a niche, a business niche. Everybody cannot be your customers. You need to know who your customers are. And how do you get to know these customers? I will show you that. You need to know your customer, because you cannot acquire a customer you don't know. You cannot acquire a customer you do not know. You need to know the customers that you want to acquire. Acquiring a customer is like marrying. It's like you are looking for a wife. A customer can be likened to a wife. For men who are married in our midst, you have an idea of who your ideal wife should be. Oh, she must be God-fearing. Oh, she must have good character. Oh, she must be in this space. You have an idea in mind of who your ideal wife should be. And because you know this person in your mind already, for some of us, even have to write it down. We wrote it down. She must be this, she must be this, she must be this, she must be this. After writing it down, you already know who the ideal person is. And when you met her, you knew she was the one for you. You knew she was the one for you. The same thing also, before you acquire a customer, you need to know that customer. You cannot acquire a customer you don't know. You need to know that customer to the buying power. Because not all customers can afford your product. So you do that by, yes, you cannot acquire a customer you don't know. Thank you, Cherokee. You cannot acquire a customer you don't know. So you do that by first profiling your ideal customers. That is where it starts from, customer profiling. So what is customer profiling? It's the process of identifying the characteristics of the people who are most likely to buy your product and service. You need to identify who are these people. Like I shared, and let you know who the product was for. Oh, for small and medium enterprise. Oh, for entrepreneurs, for business owners who are struggling with building systems in their business that allows them gain freedom to live their dreams. I knew who they were. And I collected that data. What is the annual income of these people? What is their business revenue? Their monthly income? Oh, if I have to sell a product of 100,000 naira to these business owners, they must be earning, let's say, probably 500,000 naira per month. I got that data. So when you are designing a product, you need data. The data you get will help you to create a customer-centric product. Now, some of us are not creating customer-centric products. You are creating your own product for yourself. The product you think is right, based on your own idea, based on your assumptions. No. For you to have the 10x revenue model, your product must be customer-centric. It must focus on the needs of your customers, the pain points of your customers, the struggles of your customers, that problem that your customer is trying to solve. And then you use that data to create the product. So your product design starts with the customer, not with the product. Hey, designing a product starts with the customers. Generating a 10x revenue model is about giving your customers what they want, meeting their needs, not what you want. It's not about you. It's about your customers. Your business is not about you, it's about your customers. So what do you need to know about the customers? Their demographics. Who are these customers? Their geographics. Who are they in terms of their gender, their annual income, their age range? Is your product only for females? Are you selling female accessories, maybe female clothing only, or lipsticks, or female accessories? Or are you selling product for men wears? You need to know who these customers are. Their geographies, where can you find them? Online and offline. For example, if you're a career consultant, like one of my executives, Biolu, who is a career consultant, you need to know where to find your customers. She knows that she can find her ideal customers on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a platform for professionals. You need to know where you can find these customers. Then their psychography, their psychology. Why do they buy? So you need the who, that is demographics, the where, that is geographics, and then the psychographics, the why. The who, the where, and the why. The who, the where, and the why. Let's look at this. The demographics. Who are your customers? Their age range. Are your customers between age 18 to 45? You need to know their age range. Their gender. Are they male or female, or male and female? Are they singles? There are business owners who serve only singles. They help singles app, owners. Like one of my friends, Dr. Abraham Osheni, is about helping young people build holistic, helping young people develop holistically. That's Dr. Abraham Osheni. That is his customer range. His customer, avatar is between 18 to 35. That is the range. What industry? Are they in education, real estate? Where can you find them? Their location, types of country, social class. Are they middle class? Are they low income earners? Or are they the high profile customers? What do they do? Their annual income. That is very, very important. Now, some of the reasons why some of us are struggling with selling our product is because you are selling a right product to a wrong market. It's like you're a real estate entrepreneur, and you have a land of 12 million naira per plot, and you are marketing that land in Musholosha. Can you imagine? You are taking a 12 million naira per plot, worth of land to Musholosha or Ajegunle. Who will buy it there? Because those people they cannot afford, that product. Their religion. Yes, Jack Obosu, thank you. You design your product based on the needs of your customers. Yes, fantastic. That is the way to do it. The education. So you need this data. You must collect this data before you start designing your products. Where can you find them? I've said this, either online or offline. Whether online, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, or offline. It could be in a region. You could say you want to target customers in the US or in Europe or in Asia or in Nigeria or in West Africa. You need to know their geographics. And then once you get this information, you're able to develop your customer avatar. Before this customer avatar, yes, you're able to develop your customer avatar based on the information. The last one there is psychographics, which I mentioned. Psychographics is why they buy. Their buying power. Why do they buy? You need to know their pain points, their needs, their interests. So like the pain point of my customer segment, there are people who are trying to get free from their business. They are struggling with building systems in their business. They cannot get freedom from that. That's their pain point. So you need to know what the pain point of your customer, your ideal customer is. What are their pain points? What are they struggling with? What jobs they want to get done? What is their barriers to buying? Have they been bought to the past by people who promised to solve their problems for them and they could not solve it? You need to know the struggles, the pain point, the needs of your customer, the DNA of your customer, their desires, their needs, and their aspirations. Hey, you build your product based on the DNA of your customers, the desires of your customers, the needs of your customers, and their aspirations. Somebody type in DNA in the chat box. Let me know if you're still here. Type in DNA in the chat box. DNA in the chat box. If you're still there, let me know. DNA, the DNA of your customers. Let me know in the chat box. Type in DNA in the chat box. Let me know. DNA. Yes. You need to know the DNA of your customers, their desires, their needs, and aspirations. And once you get this information, you now create, yes, thank you. You now create your ideal customer avatar. Your ideal customer avatar, just like the ideal woman you want to marry. Oh, she must be God-fearing, she must have good character, she was passionate about, education, her goals. Does the goal of your dream wife, your dream wife align with your own goal? Thank you. DNA. They need to know where these customers, where they go online, the books they read, the website they visit. If you know that your ideal customers visit LinkedIn more, or you're a fashionista, they spend more time on Instagram, you market your products there. The challenges that they have, their pain points. You develop your customer avatar based on the data. Now, once you have this data, you can now begin to develop your products. Can you see now? Rather than you thinking, my customers, they need to know how to create art now. Let me just start selling. No, you do find out, you have not done diligence to find out what they need. Or you have a restaurant, you didn't find out what the kind of food menu your customers like now. Just say, these customers will start liking fried yam, chicken and chips now. Let me start, because that's what is in vogue. And you start dishing that out. Did you ask them? So your ideal customer profile gives you the data that you need to design your product. This has been powerful. I've had clients that by the time we had to do their customer profiling, they saw that they knew their particular customer avatar, and they saw that they have been struggling selling because this customer avatar, this ideal customer, cannot afford their products. Recently we did one, and then she saw that most of our ideal customers are between age 35, and they are mostly unemployed. Most of them are unemployed and early career researchers, early career personnel, early career professionals whose monthly income is between 0 to 50,000 naira. And she's trying to sell a product of 3,000 naira to them. They were not buying. And she was wondering why these people not buying. By the time we carried out the information and she got the data, she put her hand on her head and wow, this is why people are not buying. Yes. So customer avatar is key to building that product. So now that you know who your ideal customers are, what is next? What is the next thing? You know who your customers are now. What is the next thing to do? You need to segment your customers. You need to segment your customers. Now, you have an idea of who your customers are. You have mapped out your customers. Now, you need to put them into segments. Segmentation involves grouping customers with similar characteristics of interest into a segment with the purpose of innovating value that serves their common needs. You need to put your customers together based on their similarities. You can group them based on their geographics. Oh, I can find, okay, I want to target customers only in Asia, or based on their demographics. Oh, I want to target only middle and high income customers. Middle and high income customers, because you have gotten data about them. You have gotten data about them that will help you segment them. Why do you need to do that? Customers with the same problems flock together. You can group them based on their pain points. Oh, for me, I segmented my customers into entrepreneurs who are struggling with building systems, their pain points into their business. Because customers with the same problems flock together. So once you know the problems of your customers, based on your customer avatar, you can group them together into a cluster and then begin to target them. Like, for example, customer segmentation in a very little way. Those who sell gala during traffic, they know that during traffic, people are stuck in traffic. They are thirsty, they are hungry. That creates a customer segment. Commuters in that traffic have the same problem, so they flock together. That is a segment. So those who sell galas, they know that gala and soft drinks, they know that these guys are stuck. They create the customer segment during that traffic. Some of them sell more within that segment. So the same way we do, you need to segment your customers based on the information you have about them. So you can segment them based on their demographics. I've said that, their geographics where you can find them, or their buying power, their psychology to buying. You can use that to segment them. So other criteria you can use also is the depth of their pain. The depth of their pain. In fact, the The more pain you can relieve for your customers, the more money you can get from them. The more pain you can relieve from your customers, the more money you can get from them. So you can segment your customers also based on the depth of their pain, based on their budget. Oh, like I said, I want to target only middle and high income earners based on their reach, where you can find them, based on their market size. Oh, what market size do I want to acquire? Oh, I only want 10% of the market. And you target them. TikTok, for example, targets only young people. Research now shows that most young people are on TikTok. So TikTok created a platform that is segmented around young people. So you need to create a segment. You really see old people on TikTok. You understand? Young people, that is customer segmentation. They came to the market and they blow the market away. Then your core ideology alignment. These customers, do they align with your mission, with your vision, with your purpose as an organization? So all of these are also key criteria for your segmentation. So you can target a mass market. Like there are some companies who have mass market segmentation. They target the whole market. Like, for example, those who are involved in tech production, for example, your television is for a mass market. Appliances, anybody can use TV. Phone, anybody can use. So that's a market. Coca-Cola is for mass market too. Coke. Or you can have a niche market. So if you are mass marketing, your approach will be different from if you are niche marketing. But I usually advise that if you are starting a business or you're just launching out, it's always good to start within a niche. Like when I started in the education space first, education niche, do education consulting, and then from there, I now evolved into corporate consulting. It's always good to start by becoming a big fish in a small pond than starting to become a small fish in a big ocean. I'll repeat that. Start by becoming a big fish in a small pond, rather becoming a small fish in a big ocean. If you start your business as a small fish in a big ocean, the sharks will swallow you up. So you cannot serve everybody. Find a niche for yourself when you're just starting. And once you begin to scale, you can begin to expand your customer boundary. That is very, very, very important. So what are the benefits of segmentation? When you segment your customers, it helps your marketing strategy. Yes. Like, for example, now, gala sellers who sell gala during traffic, they know that, oh, these guys are stuck in traffic. They bring in the gala and they start selling to them within that traffic. That is a customer segment. It optimizes your customer journey, the journey you take the customer through, from the lead generation, the experience from generating leads, from converting them, from customer experience. You can predict customer behavior. Yes, you can predict. You can use data to predict the behavior of these customers. Oh, this is what these customers have now. Oh, they are struggling with building systems to their business. Once they build systems into their business, what is the next thing? Oh, they want to gain freedom. Can I sell a product for them that will help them enjoy their freedom? You can predict customer behavior. You can personalize customer experience. You can customize the experience based on the information you have. You know that, oh, this person does not love group coaching. That there are some clients who will say, no, I don't want group coaching, Dr. Leke, I want one-on-one. And I customize that experience for them. It helps you improve customer loyalty and retention. It improves conversion. When you segment your customers, you can easily convert them. Now, the guy selling gala in traffic, many people will buy the gala because what? They're in the same, they're having the same problems, they're in the same segment, they are stuck with the same segment, and they will buy more because they have the same problems at the same spot. And then it supports product development. That is where we are going. When you segment your customers, when you know your customers, it can better help you to develop the product that will meet the needs of that customers. So now, niche marketing and marketing to niches. Now, this was one of the things that I also did during creating that 10x revenue model. Now, I was selling business systems to those in education, how to build systems to those in the education space. I'm giving the strategy now. I was not getting a high return on my investment. So I packaged the same product on business systems and I changed the market. I took the same product, repackaged it, and I take it out of the education space to those in the corporate world. And the return was massive. So there are some of us, the product that you have been serving in a particular niche, I've done this in education space, I've mastered the process, I understand how it works. It was easier for me to now take the same product out to the corporate space to sell for them. So ask yourself, the product, the niche you are serving presently, can you take the same product that you are serving to this niche and take it to another niche that will be able to give you return on investment for your product, for your services? Think about that. Think about that. DSTV, when they came, they were serving, most people could not afford DSTV then, maybe the middle and the high class. But they saw that StarTimes came up with a low ticket product. What did DSTV do? They repackaged their product and called it GoTV to serve the low-end customers. That is marketing niches. The same product to a different niche, low-income earners. So to tenant your revenue, begin to think about maybe your current customer boundary, your current customer segment are not meeting your needs. They're not serving your services and giving you that return on investment. You may need to repackage that same product and target a new segment. This is helping somebody here. You may need to repackage your product and will target a new segment. Create a new customer avatar that will meet the needs of your business. Let me know how this has been for you so far. How has been your experience so far? Let me just get response in the chat box right now. How has been it so far so good? As we begin to wrap up, how has been it for you? Let me get feedback. How are you feeling right now? Let me get feedback in the chat box. How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling right now? Have you been getting value? How are you feeling right now? Let me know in the chat box how you are feeling right now. Let me know how you are feeling right now in the chat box. Let me know your experience so far in the chat box. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you in the chat box. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me see your response in the chat box, please. Your response in the chat box. How are you feeling right now? How has it been for you so far so good? Okay, let me check. Has this been valuable for you? This is beyond description. Thank you. Insightful, many practical and implementable ideas shared so far. Thank you. Thank you, Demi. Olufoke says, it's been great listening to you. Just confirming my plans for 2023. Fantastic. It's interesting. Very valuable, sir. Great and educating. Thank you, sir. Mr. Tunde Adeyemo, George, you're on point and you're impactful. J Money says massively, though you came late. Awesome. Don't worry, you still get the replay. So let's begin to wrap up right now. Let's wrap up right now. I have so much to share, but we'll continue tomorrow. But let's wrap up briefly. Now that you know your customer segment, what is next? You know the needs of your customers. You have created your ideal customer avatar. You now need to innovate value for your customer segment. Yes. Olufiso says, my mind is getting enlightened. I'm learning specifics. Awesome. Awesome. You need to innovate value for your customer segment. You know the pain points of your customers. You know the problems your customers are facing. You know the jobs they want to get done. Now, let me say this. Whenever a customer buys a product from you, they are buying that product because they want to get a job done. When you buy a bottle of water, you're not just buying the bottle, the product. You are buying the job that this water will get done for you. What is that job? To quench your thirst. When you buy food, you are buying the food to get the job of hunger done, right? So what is a job that your customer wants to get done? Once you know the job that they want to get done, you create a product that communicates and solves that problem. That is it. This is the ACO. Find the job that your customer wants to get done through your customer profiling. You know their demographics, their psychographics right now, their pain points. I knew what the pain points of my clients were. They wanted to build systems. They wanted freedom from their business. And based on that information, I created a product that will help them achieve and get that job done. And I'm selling fast. I'm selling fast. So how do you do this? This is awesome. Value position is about the product or service that creates value for your customers. Your value position is about that product Like I've said, you have known the pain point, the jobs of your customers. You now create a product that will help you, that will help them solve that problem. That is your value position. So your position is satisfactorily solving the customer's problems. You are solving the customer's problems in a way that satisfies the customers, in a way that delight the customers. Customer delight. Most of my clients, they will say, Dr. Leke, this bootcamp has changed my business. My business has been transformed, and they are delighted. They are excited to recommend people. So because what? The product is helping them to get their job done. So what do your customers care about? You need to find out the jobs, the needs of your customers. One, their functional needs. What are the functional needs of the customer? It could be that, I want to buy a phone so that I can communicate. So if I buy a phone and I cannot communicate with that phone is useless. You must know the functional needs of your customer, the emotional needs. Are they buying a product that will help them satisfy a particular emotion? A customer wants to buy a product so that he can feel good. You need to know the emotional needs. I want to buy this product so that I can lose weight. I can lose weight, and when I lose weight, I can feel good about myself. I can have high self-esteem, like Mrs. Dalla does. Mrs. Dalla helps, women who have gone through pregnancy-induced hypertension to regain their shape. When women get pregnant, they become obese, and after their pregnancy, they still are obese. They're not happy about how they are feeling. She helps them back to fit. That's emotional needs, economic needs, the cost and the benefit. Will your product reduce, will your product create the benefits for your customers and help them solve their problems in a cheaper way, economic needs. Uber, with Bolt now, Bolt provides rides that are cheaper than the yellow cab drivers. Nobody takes yellow cab drivers again. Maybe very, 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 very few people, because what? The economic needs, Bolt means the economic needs. It is cheaper than the yellow cabs. Experience needs. You need to know what kind of experience the customers want to have, and create that customer experience for them. Social needs, lifestyle. Like I said now, my product is not just an online course. What I'm selling is not a boot camp. What I'm selling is a lifestyle. What is that lifestyle? The lifestyle of freedom. You want freedom from your business? Come to Adeleke Adesina. That is what I'm selling. So you need to know the needs of your customers. Once you know their needs, then you can innovate values for them. Your value can be something new, maybe a new innovation, like iPhone kept innovating. Apple kept innovating with iPhone. Now iPhone 13, iPhone 14, iPhone 12, they keep innovating. Performance, updating the performance. With every innovation, they are updating the performance of that particular product. You can create personalized experience. There are clients who want personalization. They just want one-on-one. Like I share, some of my clients just want to do more group coaching, just want one-on-one with me. No status. Some people want to buy products that will show their status. Like, for example, now, imagine somebody tries to sell bottled water to Dangote in traffic. Dangote is in traffic, and you're trying to sell bottled water to him in traffic. He may not buy, because that kind of water in that environment does not justify his status. So people rather go to Radisson Blu and buy the same bottle of water for 1,500, because it makes them feel that this is where I belong. Price. So people lower their price, to create value for customers. But be careful with price lowering, because if you lower your price as a marketing strategy, it may be hard for you to raise that price later on if your customers have gotten used to it. Risk reduction. Is your product reducing risk for your customers? How do you reduce risk? Through guarantee. You give your customers guarantee. 1 year warranty, 2 year warranty. Like my boot camp, I tell them it's 100,000 naira. If after 30 days of this boot camp, if you feel that you are not getting ready for this boot camp, I will give you your money back, 100,000 naira. I will give you back within 1 month. You feel that, I'm not getting value from this customer. So you can innovate value by giving your customers guarantee. Guarantee helps reduce the risk with which customers will do business with you. The accessibility. Uber gave us accessibility. We can access mobility at low cost, at convenience from anywhere we are. Accessibility and convenience works together. These are the different ways you can add value to your products. to scale your business. Now, I'll wrap up in the next 5 minutes now so we can take questions and then get job within. Product market fit. For your product to sell out and turnish your revenue, you must have the right products. Your product must fit in to the needs of your customer. There must be a synergy. Now that you know who your customers are, their pain points, you have segmented them, you can now create a product that meets their needs. Uber understood that people have issues with mobility, pain points mobility. You want to go out before you get buses, you stay on the road for a while, you are in downfall, you are in mole, you are sweating like Christmas gold. People want convenience. They targeted commuters and they create a product that will help them meet their needs. They give us convenience, affordability, accessibility, and ease of mobility. So if you're designing your product, you need to carry out what I call the product market fit, because you cannot generate 10x if your product does not fit to the market. So what is your product? I've said earlier on, your product is a channel through which the value you create solves the problems of your customers and gets the job done. You buy a bottle of water because you want to solve the problem of thirst. If this water cannot solve thirst for me, I'm not buying. What is a market? A market is a set of actual or potential customers for a given set of product or services who have a common set of needs. You can see the word common there. Common needs. Common set of needs or wants, and who reference each other. That reference there means because the customer segment, like I said, customers with the same problems flock together. Let me share this. Some of the people who have paid for the next boot camp came from those who registered for the last boot camp. Why? Because after they registered for the last boot camp and they got the value, they were telling other business owners who are going through the same problems, I found somebody who could help me create for my business. You to come and buy. Yes, so that is the market. That is the market. So you need the right product. What is the right product? The right product is a customer-centric product designed from the DNA of your ideal customers. It's like you taste the blood sample of your ideal customers, their DNA. You take their DNA, you carry out the DNA test. Once you carry out the test and it's positive for your product, their desires, their needs and aspirations, you cannot make a product to match that DNA. Kai, this is ARC. You find out the DNA of your customers. Your product is not right if it's not from the DNA of your customers. If your product is from your DNA, from your hunger, it will not sell. For your product to sell, it must be from the DNA of your ideal customers, their desires, their needs, and their aspirations. What is the right market? The right market must be people who want your product. Now, if you have done your due diligence to know their DNA, they will definitely want your product. I could set out the boot camp, and now people begging to come in for more because I created that product from their DNA. So when they saw it, they knew it was for them. When you create your product from the DNA of your customers, when they see the out of the product, they will know, this one is for me, because you have done your due diligence. The right market needs your product. They need your product. They don't only need your product, they have the capacity to pay. Now, this is very, very important. Affordability is important when designing a product. If you design a product that your customers cannot afford, they will not buy. And the reason why they cannot afford it because you have not even done your due diligence to know their demographics, to know their earning power. And then they are committed. The right market is committed to using your product. They don't only want it, they don't only need it, they cannot only pay, but they also commit to use that product. That's what makes them the right market. So as we wrap up, look at this product market matrix. If your business is not selling, check these 3 elements. If you're not getting tenant revenue from your business, it's either you are creating a wrong product for the wrong market. This should not even happen. Imagine you selling Pampers to a man, marketing Pampers to a man, to a grown man. Men don't use Pampers. Or selling lipstick to a man. You should not even be in that area. Or you have a wrong product for the right market. Now, your product will be wrong. A typical example, like I shared, imagine you want to sell bottled water and you are going to sell bottled water in traffic to Dangote. He may not buy, even though he needs that water, but that environment makes that product a wrong product. It could be selling a low-ticket product to, a high-end customers. They will see the perception of value is small. There are people who will go to a school and they say, how much is your school fees? Say school fees 10,000 naira. So I can't take my child, I can't take my child to this school. Because where I was coming from, I was paying 1 million naira, and now it's 10,000 naira. No. Or you have a right product for your wrong market. The one I shared, you take a 12 million worth of land in Lekki, and you are marketing that product, the product of land, to people in Musholosha or Ajegule. They will not buy. For your product to sell out, you must have the right product in the right market. The right product in the right market is what creates your revenue model that works. This is it. The right product in the right market is what gives you the ideal revenue model that works. We'll stop here today. Tomorrow, we'll take off from this tomorrow. Let me stop here today. Yes, let me stop here today. Tomorrow, we'll take off. We have so much to discover, but we'll stop here today and take off tomorrow. Now, let's take feedback from you. So far, so good. Yes. How was that for you? How was that for you? Let me know how that went for you. Can I get your feedback, please? Yes. George says, wow. Well done, sir. Can't wait for tomorrow. Yes, you can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is the icing of the cake. It's the icing of the cake. Great teacher and a coach. Thank you, sir. Mind blowing, sir. Yes, I have the feedback on. Biolu, are you there? I'll just allow Biolu to just share in 5 minutes how we apply this for our business. Yes, keep giving the big feedback. I'll ask Biolu to just share like 5 minutes, on how we apply this for our business and how we're able to sell out our product using this same model. What I'm sharing here is practicable. It's practicable. Listen to our testimonial. This will be Biolu's testimonial to help you see how to apply this. So Biolu, just 5 minutes, share with them what I've shared with them today, how we applied it for your business to get the results. Just 5 minutes, so that they will see that this is practical. Yes.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Right now I'm feeling like maybe I should have written the testimonial and brought it here, because I'm kind of, each time I have to talk about it, I'm kind of just overwhelmed. Like, I don't even know where to start from. So I joined this boot camp because I stumbled on this boot camp. I wanted to create a product, a digital product, and I was looking for somebody that has done a digital product before, so that the person could guide me through. And that was how I had met Coach Leke before, but I just saw him on Facebook that day, and I said, I think this guy has a digital product. Can you help me set up this digital product? And then introduced me to the systems bootcamp, the business systems bootcamp. And, at first I was like, what I want is to just get this digital product out of the way, right? But, something in me said, listen to this guy, like, just listen. Whatever he tells you to do, just do it. So I signed up for the business systems bootcamp, with that attitude of, at least when we finish the business systems bootcamp, I'll be able to, it will then guide me through what I really wanted what I wanted from him. Oh my God. See, I'm speechless, so sorry. So when I started, one of the books I read earlier this year, was Rich Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant. For those that have read the book, you would understand that the book describes that there are 4 different categories of people, and that the people on the left side of the quadrant, they're likely to, even if you're running a business or you're an employee or something, that you're likely to, it's like you want to kill yourself, you know, and you have a threshold on your life, right? And I realized that I was running a business. I was constantly stressed out. I couldn't scale my business because of the way I was running it. I wanted to move from being a small business to establishing a scalable business. And I thought the solution to that was, oh, get a digital product that can sell by itself. But see, you will produce a product if you cannot get your DNA right, you don't get your customer avatar right. If you don't get everything right, you will still produce a product and you will still just not get it right. Now, just to go into the very practical situations, I came in, I'll say that number one thing that I realized when I came on board was that I was achieving very little, like 0.000001 of the potentials I had. I wasn't doing as much. I wasn't out there as much as I should be out there. And the bootcamp gave me the confidence, you know, to go out there, to launch my product and to launch it big. Now, what has happened is that since the time I took the bootcamp, first, the digital products I talked about is ready. Before I even launched the product, Coach Leke taught me, not even just me, taught everybody how you can sell out your products before even launching. And I remember that when I was going to hold my first bootcamp after the training, right? The bootcamp was not even ready. I had more than enough people. I wanted to start with 10 people on that bootcamp. Eventually, we had 23 people that signed up. After the 23, we still had more people that came in. We had to start booking them for the next bootcamp, right? That's one. After that, because we had an overflow for the next bootcamp, we had to create, you know, another publicity, another system to fill in the November bootcamp. Currently, and I'm going to even go a bit into more detail so that you understand how practical this is. For the November bootcamp, by the time we set it up, the demographics of people we got in was a bit different from what we wanted. So it was supposed to be targeted at corporate people, you know, between 5 to 10 years of experience. But because something tipped our marketing, there was something that happened that tipped our marketing. And then we had a lot of students that came in, right? So we had a lot of students that came in, such that by the time we did the conversions, right, we got only 6 people to join the other bootcamp. Each bootcamp should be 10. So we did not meet the target for the bootcamp. But see, when Coach Leke teaches you, he will not teach you, he won't just teach you theory that you don't know. Is it theory they call it? Yes. He will not teach you theory that you don't know how to apply. He had taught me the practical on how to do the pricing, how to do everything. Guess what we did? Immediately we saw what had happened. We immediately repackaged a product for students, and then we put out that product for students when we saw the demographics. The product for students is sold out at the moment. As of today, my voice is gone because we had like the starting session just before I came into this section, into the session. That bootcamp is sold out. Not only that, the students that were getting into the bootcamp, they were inviting all the others. I was not even marketing again. These are people that they've not even tasted the bootcamp. They are the ones that were referring other people to come and join the bootcamp. And that is what Coach Leke will do for you. My confidence level has gone up like, oh my God. What I would just say is, please get on board. You can have it better. Get on board. I don't know who else will teach you the way he will teach you. He's caring. Don't let me even talk about that one. Just get on board. That's what I'll say. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Biolu. And then Biolu to come up to say that what we are sharing here is practicable. It's not just rhetorics. And you can also apply it to your business. You can also apply it to your business. If you have questions right now, please raise your hand. We have less than 10 minutes to go. If you have questions, just raise your hands or you type in the chat box. I'll take your questions after now. So what I've shared with you, the model I've shared with you, and I will continue tomorrow, is what I've helped not just only Biolu, There are other clients that will come up tomorrow to share this with you. Help them create their products and sell it out. Even before the product was launched, she sold out within 24 hours. Because when you follow this procedure, you can always sell out your product and 10x your revenue. So if you have questions, raise your hand. We're opening the next quarter of the bootcamp tomorrow. Tomorrow, you can't afford not to be on that bootcamp. If you are trying to build your dreams that can thrive without you, you want to build a business that will run effortlessly without you, then you want to be in that bootcamp that will open up tomorrow. And like I said, if you don't get if you think that you have not gotten value, I will give you 100,000 naira back within 1 month. We share more about that tomorrow. Let's take questions. Let's take questions now. Okay, George. Yes, 1 minute, George. Let me have your question, George. You can unmute your microphone now.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening, George.
Good evening to everyone.
Yes.
I'm George calling from Ghana. That's Sunyani Bono region of Ghana.
Great.
I am blessed this evening because you've made an impact in my life as someone trying to drift into the business field. I like learning and then to also get experience from personalities and then leaders like you. So God bless you for that. My question is, as someone from the government sector, that's the civil service, how do I try to enhance my abilities so that I shall be impactful? That's what I want to know. As someone from the government sector. Because,
impactful
yes,
in terms of the service you deliver.
impact in terms of the service I deliver, and then also to be a business-minded person. Because in the government sector, everything is leadership driven by maybe our leaders, the political leadership, and then the executive leadership. You don't have your own at times to be bringing out some policies and then to be doing certain things. So now that I have seen, I want to own my own business. So how do you also coach me so that I can also be independent minded and then to have my own business also? Now,
okay,
thank you.
Okay, that's your question. How you want to build your own business and have independence. So, like I said earlier on, tomorrow we'll be launching a boot camp where you show you how. It's a 90-day boot camp. If you're going to create your business, there are 4 levels to creating your business: the pre-founding phase, the founding phase, the growth phase, and the freedom phase. At the boot camp, we'll take you through all the things you need to do. The pre-founding phase is the phase we are in now. You're about creating your ideas, incubating your ideas. You are thinking about how to your business model, what you will need for that business to run. You need to have that model. The founding phase where you're laying the foundation of the business, and then you are having your core ideology, your business purpose, your strategy, your values, your brand positioning, and then the growth phase, you are building your customer base. Generating leads, converting leads, giving them a wow customer experience, and then scaling your business, and then the freedom phase, where you exit your business. So you can log in tomorrow, to see the boot camp. It's a 90-day program. It's not a one-time answer. It's going to go through a process. We have created a process that will help you achieve that, George. So join in tomorrow to learn more about that, about the product and how you can benefit from it. I have a question here. Sunny Nella says, I want to start a scalable business, but within my area, my target customers are not many. Please, sir, how can I get started? So there are not many. Then you may need to retarget the market. You may need to retarget the market. So ask yourself, where can I find my customer segment? This target audience, where can I find them offline and online? So you need to first know where you need to find them. By creating your ideal, your customer profiling, you need to get information about the people you want to really target. So once you get information about them, their demographics, their psychographics, their pain point, what problems are these people looking for to solve, their challenges, then where can you find them? Once you know where you can find them, you can target your product to finding them. Where do you go and find the customer? Where do you go and find the customer? Now, you can get information from your customers online. So what I've done with Violo and others is that we created a survey. We created a survey from a Google form where you administer to your ideal customers. You can administer it online. Once you know where you can find them, you know, and you can also do interview. People you know who might need that problem, you can have one-on-one interviews with them. You can go to different communities that you know these people can be. Look at the comment section. What are the questions that people are asking? What problems, what complaints are they giving? You can even put out a question on your Facebook to test the market. You understand? You can ask, for example, that how many of you are struggling, for example, with, let's say, with cooking local dishes, to test the market. You understand? So there are different ways you can, you can get data from your customers. I share more on that during the bootcamp. Okay, it's 3 minutes to 6 now. We need to run now. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. West African time, will continue. You don't want to miss tomorrow's session. I will show you the remaining other strategies, and then my personal brand website and the special gift I have for you, a free guide. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it tomorrow. So thank you all for your time. And I want us to leave now. I believe this has been valuable for you. That's been valuable for you. Let me see in the chat box. Let me see, was this worth your time? Let me see, or did I waste your time? Let me know in the chat box. Let me know in the chat box. Next 3 minutes, let me know in the chat box. Was this worth your time at all? Did you get value for your time? Let me know in the chat box if I did not waste your time. I hate to waste people's time. Let me know in the chat box. Let me know in the chat box. Okay, valuable. Thank you. If it was valuable, please share the link with as many as possible in your network. Share the link with them in your network to join in tomorrow. If you're not in the community, join the WhatsApp community. Send me a message. I can give you the link to the community. I will share the replay of tonight's session there and other information that you need to know. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Yes, very valuable. Thank you, Violo. Thank you, Sunny Eniola. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, Olufun Shaw. Thank you, everybody. So we'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Bye-bye. And God bless you. Bye-bye and God bless you. Good night. You can turn on your camera. Let me see your face. Let me see your face now. Some of you are living without showing me your face. Let me see your face now. Okay. Yes, thank you. I see you, Violo. Yes, I see you, Olufunke Baba. I see you, David Jeremiah. Thank you, everybody. Good night. God bless you. Bye.